Uh, yeah, just sitting here and thinking. Yeah. Just going over a thought, you know. You know, when I start speaking, all of a sudden I just start speaking, you know, because most of the people that are watching know me. And they know me. They know me that I don't get out of bed without acknowledging my surrounding or recognizing my surrounding or, you know, giving respect to my surroundings. Om asana mantrasa meru prishti chandra kurma. Prishti, the earth, chandra, kurma. So I give them a respect before I even put my foot on them. You know, it's my foot, and I'm putting my foot on the earth. My foot is held up by the earth. If you inspect the distance between the atoms is so large, how is it that my foot doesn't just go right through? The energy of the earth is holding it up. It's a little recognition of even just being able to walk on something. It's all set up, but you don't know all the trouble that somebody went through just to set it up. Well, I was just going over that in that video of Tesla, he's speaking so fast and so strong and so, you know, confident. Then when he comes to the word, it vanishes. It vanishes. You can see that he's lost composure. This is Tesla. This is Tesla. He's lost composure. He doesn't know. He's an investigator. He's a deep investigator. Then Einstein. Actually, he's taken to the Wailing Wall. He's up above the Wailing Wall, and his friend is pointing at the Wailing Wall. And his friend, you know, wants to go down. So Einstein's looking at him, just foolishness. So he says, just total foolishness. Doesn't go down. Oh, maybe he doesn't believe in God, maybe this. He took, I don't know when he began it, but when he was young, very young, he set aside 30 minutes of just trying to meditate on the existence, like an eternal existence, something that you can't grab. Always trying. Every day. In one of those times of meditation, he was even put on a object that was transporting him faster than light. It opened up this whole thing. That's when he was in like the university in Switzerland. He could describe some things. And he was being taken, on an incredible trip. He's sitting, he can look back and he sees that the clock in the square. And Zurich had a clock, a town clock. Every big town had a town clock. He saw the clock stopped. But he's watching it. And he's going in this object very fast. So he's thinking, I'm going faster than my time. Not just faster than time, but some aspect of my time. My existence is within a time. So that time has stopped. I'm out of it. This is where he starts understanding time. He's dying, and when he's dying, he's sad. Because he says, and it's the only thing, the people surrounding him don't understand even what he's saying. He's saying, he wasn't looking for relativity. He wasn't even looking for quantum theory. He wasn't looking for these things. So what was he looking for? He was looking for time. Pure time. Om Purusham Yadam Sarvam Yat Bhutam Yatscha Bhavyam Uttam Ritam Yashashan Yat Yanena Tirohati. Past. Future. That verse is only talking about past and future. Never we live in present. Not even for a moment. So something is pushing us all the time. And he couldn't find that present. He says, I couldn't find time. I was looking for time. I didn't find it. I couldn't understand and grab time. I can say he read the Bhagavad Gita, and he certainly did. Time I am, the destroyer of all. That's all that has to be said. Time I am, the destroyer of all. So, when he's looking for time, what is he looking for? In a deep sense, he's looking for that person who is time. Time I am, destroyer of all. Einstein did not find. Tesla, you can tell he's in his old age. Tesla, he didn't find. It vanished. For him to say vanish, and at the same time change and say that energy is eternal. Both of them. Both of them. And many more. They know. You don't have to say. They know. I'm lying to myself. I know there's eternality, but I am lying to myself. They know. Those personalities, they know. Oh, E equals MC squared. And what is the explanation of entropy? Why does entropy have to be used. Entropy is, you could say, I just got it in, I'm somewhat of an engineer. So I know that the 8, the lying down 8, that's the eternal sign. When that 8 crosses the other side, that 8 enters into eternality. That's where it enters. It cannot keep going without constantly going into eternality and coming out again. It has to be regenerated, regenerated, regenerated. It's a cycle. That cycle of eternality. Same cycle. Is your spring, summer, right? Fall, winter. There it is. Hits it again. The spring, the summer. Just like that. Cycle. And then that cycle, you can't understand where it crosses. You can't understand it. But if it doesn't go into that place, it will not be rejuvenated. It doesn't have actually independence because it's like a constant. It's so fast. That's the constant rejuvenation. So, where is the importance of existence? Is it when it comes out, when it goes further and further away, and it starts dwindling, and then it has to come back? The importance is where it crosses. There's cycles of seasons. There's cycles within the universe. There's cycles within the atoms. Even to the smallest, what we can detect, there's cycles. I get a kick because the ladies certainly have a cycle. But one lady, she says, actually the men have the same cycle. If you if you make a study on the brain of the men, their cycle is a 24-hour cycle. But they have their swings, ups and downs, where the lady's cycle is a 28. Her bodily cycle is a 28-day cycle. There's cycles everywhere. There is cycles everywhere. And where it connects, it's not important. If somebody takes that connection away from you and says it doesn't exist, and at the same time they stand and they say that the soul is eternal, they can't explain where it was, and they don't accept that it was, and they can't explain if it comes back or anything about it, just either up to the heavens or down to the hells for eternity. No science at all. Not one speck of science. But who took that away from them? It's been taken away from them so they can be controlled. Eternality is eternality. It just changes shapes. It just because I lose consciousness of something, I don't know what's going on outside. Every day I have to look out to see if it's still going on even. So, I don't remember anything in the past. Oh, big deal. You know, you got, there's so many different diseases they give a name. If you give a disease a name, you know it, right? You know. So, to forget, it's the easiest thing in the world. Oh, I don't remember anything more than just this life. So it just doesn't exist. It's like an incredible, you feel sorry for them. Because they can't even investigate. They can't investigate. And they all know it. They all know, you know. Elon Musk, he knows. He ain't going to investigate. Sort of dabbles here and there, but he sees that the people that are telling him something are really not that intelligent. So you can't have confidence in them. Well, at least we can know that we are eternal. And that just if you were to calculate, that the crossing point is the only reality. That's the only reality. And coming out is just an energy. You're sitting in the crossing point. Every atom is sitting in its cross point. It never misses. It never goes away from that crossing point. It has no existence without that crossing point. But then it emanates, and it goes into other. If I have an existence, and something else has an existence, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of mobiles running at the same time, and sometimes there's a conflict, but not very often. Well, there's thousands of existence without mobiles, but they're still living entities, and they aren't conflicting. They can't conflict because they can't understand the existence of another. So, there is existence, individual existence within my body of so many cells, so many bacteria, so many viruses, so many this, that, and the other. There's existence, but they aren't conflicting. They're conflicting in some way, but then they have their separate existence. Their separate existence. And what is it? It's just that eternal crossing point, and it's just emanating a frequency, a personality frequency. It's constantly emanating its. And then another one is right there. And it's also having its personality. And it's also putting out its frequency and vibration. It can be happening. You can visualize it so easy. But we sit in one place. We sit, if one thinks, I'm sitting in eternality right now. I'm not sitting here. I'm not sitting in I'm sitting in the body. You can give me a location. Was it GPO? You can do GPO on me, I'm sitting here. the locality is a vibration. It's an incredible vibration. It has made this. It has made this. It's an incredible vibration. So, and it maintains itself. How incredible it is. It's constructed in such a way that it maintains itself. I'm 77 years old. 77 years old. How many times I haven't had to go to the bathroom? How many times I haven't had to eat? How many times I haven't had to... So many times. And I'm still hungry. So many times. You could actually call that eternality in itself, you know. No, if the person doesn't look for that, you're not looking, you're studying the ray only, just the ray. You're studying the shadow, you're studying the ray, you're studying all these things, but you give no importance to where you're sitting. Where you're sitting is the important place. Not the ray. Your sitting place is the important place. Well, that's just... If Tesla and Mr. Albert Einstein and personalities like that, they're... I say that because you know that they were looking for it. You know they were not satisfied. You know those personalities were looking for it. And why? Because there was love and affection there. But they wanted to get right down to where is this love and affection coming from? My ray and somebody else's ray, they really can't even intermix. They're always kept separate. But we can feel like we're intermixing. It's not love. That's not love. The aspect of love is coming out as a ray, and then the aspect of the love of the other person is coming out as a ray. It's not got all the substance to it. It's like taking analog. You could consider the soul like analog. It's got everything. And then you take digital. Digital is nothing. It's not even 1% of analog. They won't tell you because they're saying AI, just so much junk. There's not even 0.0001 of what analog is. The people that are doing this, they know. But they want to fool you with some magic, you know, it's just like some carnival magic. And they're trying to sell something. keep the money coming. Keep people in control and keep the money coming. Wasting their time. Oh well. But real love lies right in that point of eternality. Actually, all my existence lies there because that's my place where my ray comes out. And I'm not, do I feel like I'm making a ray come out? No. I'm there with someone, the super soul. And he's there with everybody, the super soul. He's there with everybody. Doesn't have any problem at all. Give me a little push to do stuff. Here, go do this, go do that. I just was thinking of that, just feel that, that it's total foolishness to believe that there is no reincarnation. You have to try to understand it. You can't just follow it and say that it exists, but you have to understand it. But everything becomes hidden. When stuff are hidden, ignorance is there. And when ignorance is there, people take advantage. Not to even try to understand reincarnation. It's beyond me. How people can continuously exist without even trying to understand. When so many examples are there. Oh, I died. They declared me dead. And I'm back. No mention of reincarnation. No mention of eternality. Just back here like, okay, I'm back to the dream. Okay, tell me anything you want to. Make me dance like a puppet. Let me carry out the foolishness of this whole thing. Okay. Also, people should try to understand what reincarnation actually is and what ignorance we are in when we don't even investigate. Okay, don't believe me. Okay, don't believe me. But you don't even investigate? Let's see. I use the example because everybody knows him. Jesus dies. He's gone for 3 days. The body ain't moving. Ain't breathing. Doesn't smell. Something's maintaining it. And he's back in 3 days. Walking around. Don't you think he left his body? Let's see. When he left his body, how did he communicate? He had another body. He had another body. Let's see. So that's a reincarnation of about 3 days. There's reincarnations about 3 seconds. Some living entities, even bugs. Some bugs are born at night and die at night. That's a big deal. Or the other example is the Adam and Eve. Okay, Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve is actually one, but then they divided into 2. When you consider that reincarnation, and it's right there, and the words are quickened in the body. That's what reincarnation was described as before, but now taken out. Quickened in the body. And then Adam and Eve have to leave the place where they were. They had to change bodies. The body that was there was a certain type. And now they have to change their body for the type of just this normal material world. And there's a whole description. They were in this type of a garden, this is that and the other, and now they're in this land and they're suffering in this way, this way, this way. They're suffering from hunger, thirst, this. They weren't doing it then. It's a change of a body. For anybody intelligent, or they think they're intelligent, they think they're deeply trying to understand their own beliefs, not to investigate into reincarnation is like not very intelligent at all. Okay, I got some tomatoes. I got tomatoes and carrots cooking. Yeah. I got tomatoes and carrots cooking. So I think I'm going to go see if I haven't burnt it. I'm the worst cook there is. I don't know what time is when I'm cooking. I just put it on and hope it didn't burn too much. Okay, I better go get my tomatoes and carrots. Let's see. Yeah, what did I put on there? Oh yeah, I put beet. I put a beet. I put a carrot. I put some tomatoes. Yeah, something for the morning time. Okay, it's actually when you. I have to say I feel comfortable with the knowledge, and I feel like I even have more comfort than Einstein and Tesla. Just sitting on this knowledge, I have more comfort than Einstein. They may have had very much more intelligence and science and everything, but they just didn't make the jump. Didn't make the jump. Hopefully, see, I believe in reincarnation. Hopefully, they're somewhere around here right now, making the next step, you know. And they are. There's someplace. That's the, and then there's someplace. They were people with hearts, you know. They weren't scientists that trying to destroy. There's a scientist that is called reductionism. Take this part, throw it away. Take this part, throw it away. And you're trying to look for something. The reductionist, well, it looks like somebody telling me to go get the food before it burns.